Hi, it's Corrine. Thanks so much for joining me. Happy holidays to you. Today I'm sharing a sweet card, and I'll explain more about why I think it's such a sweet card. But I'm using Concord 9th's Yuletide Lane, and this is the first time working with this die. It comes with a lot of pieces and parts and so much fun to work with. So I made 4 different houses. Here is the die set. I also have this stamp that I use as well. And I did learn a few tips and tricks putting this together. So hopefully if you have this and haven't used it yet, you can avoid a few mistakes that I made. But luckily it's paper and we can always fix anything. So I like to keep my dies as I'm working with them in a little container. I cut out the homes. I'm using all Concord 9th papers today. And I use this Altenew Smoky Quartz glitter paper, which I love. But I just cut out a bunch of pieces, not sure, kind of trying to figure out the color scheme I was going with. But this is how I like to work. I like to cut it all out and then just kind of play around and see what looks together. And I do change my mind on a few colors here and there. So for the card bases, I'm using Lakefront Cranberry, Pistachio, and Midnight. And when you cut these out, the very last one, you want to take that tab that cuts out with them. You want to just slice that right down, the last house in your card. So this can be a card, in this case it is a card, or it could just be like a decoration, a mantelpiece. So for 2 of the houses, I'm putting the striped stamp, and I'm just using Versamark for everything. It's a tone-on-tone. It gives it just a nice little background. And I found it easier to put in my MISTI because I wanted, on the first one that I did stripes, I wanted a little bit thicker stripes, so I pressed hard. Normally you want to press lightly. I purposely pressed hard to give it a little bit of a thicker line, which it turned out great. And I found it easier just to clean the stamp off, dry it real quick, and move it on the paper as opposed to moving the paper up. It was just much easier this way. I did tape it onto a piece of paper in my MISTI because the stamp wants to stick to my grip mat that's in there. So by putting a piece of scrap cardstock, I was able to hold it in place. So I do the exact same thing to this one. I do have to redo 2 of the houses at the end. So for the other 2 houses, the second and fourth one, I'm stamping the little brick pattern that they have. It comes with 2 stamps. It has a 3 brick pattern and then it has a single one, again using Versamark ink. And I like to work on an embossing pad because it gives it that little bit of cushion. And I'm holding that embossing pad with some magnets on my magnet workboard surface. I'm using a Glassboard Studio glass mat, and that just kind of keeps it from moving all around. I do have a discount code in my description box for Glassboard Studios. They have tons of stuff to choose from and all different types of glass mats in different sizes. To me, it's the greatest thing in my craft room. I say that with all sincerity. So now I'm putting a little bit of tape runner down, and this is going to hold my little pieces. I could have pulled out a little grip mat, but this is going to hold them in place so I can stamp the little door frames. They come with the round or the oval top doors and then the square doors, so I alternated them. And again, I'm using Versamark. For the nectar color that you see on the right, I use Clementine, but I didn't end up liking that. I switched that door out, I believe. Again, I did change my mind a few times here and there. So again, I'm doing the exact same thing with the rectangle door. I'm adding the little detail piece on. So cute. And that little bit of tape runner on that scrap piece, just as I mentioned, holds it in place. So I pulled out Creamsicle. I think that was a little light, so I went over it with clementine. And I just, in the end, I was happier with that. But in the end, I think I switched that door out altogether. I've already given the card away, so I don't have the card in front of me to reference it. But we'll see at the end, I guess. We'll find out together. So I'm gluing down that cranberry from Concord 9th onto the glitter paper. This is artichoke and pistachio. Pistachio's been my new favorite color this entire season. I've used it quite a bit. Lakefront, I love Lakefront. Okay, so here's where I made the mistake. I'm gluing the two tabs together. I didn't think to even look up directions before putting this together. And I quickly realized the two tabs don't go together because that doesn't leave you with a tab for the red one to add on to the green paper. So I just used my Cricut spatula. The glue was not fully dry. I was able to just kind of peel it up, and I plan on covering the backs anyways because you see the tabs. You can leave it like that, but I knew I was going to cover it up to hide those tabs anyways. So it really was an easy fix. The hardest part was having to restamp them, but it took me all of 5 minutes. So I had to restamp 2 of them because really I need to be using the back sides of them. So the tab on the right can glue to the tab or glue to the house on the right. So again, I quickly restamped. And I really thought, oh, that would look cute on the back of the house anyways, but I didn't like the tabs showing, and that's just a preference. So now you want to glue your tab to the back piece, fold it over, make sure it's all lined up. Use that red tab, glue it to your next piece, and then use the green tab to glue to the blue house. But the blue house, we have cut the very end tab off. I mean, you could keep going if you wanted. I was so happy with how this turned out. This was so much fun to make. It is time consuming. I spent, I think, a few hours just die cutting stuff out, and then I went back to it. I think it was the next day and worked on it, but it was so much fun. I love to kind of mix and match. So that's what I was talking about. Those tab pieces show regardless. So I was deciding what to do because I thought the brick and stuff looked cute on the back, but I'll show you what I ended up doing. So here's where I just kind of pull the pieces and parts out and just kind of mix and match. At this point, I wisened up and I started looking at the packaging. Mine doesn't give directions on it, but their sample picture on the front, you can kind of figure it out by looking at that. The snow cap for all the homes, I used the white glitter cardstock from Concord 9th. I don't use that very often, but it was perfect for the little glistening snow on it. And I'm adding this little wreath. I'm using pistachio and artichoke. Not artichoke. I'll think of it. It's pistachio, avocado. So I layered it with avocado on top. I did cut out these little berries from champagne foil cardstock by Concord 9th. And all of the windows I'm keeping the same. I'm putting powder cardstock below white frames. I do like to have a piece of scrap paper off to the side that once I put glue on a small little delicate item, I just kind of press it off on that so it gets rid of most of the glue, making it much easier to add to your cardstock and not have the glue squeeze out everywhere. Here's the little Mary that comes with it. I thought about doing different colors, but I really like the gold. You'll see that I use that throughout. Look how pretty it is on that snowflake. My reverse tweezers really came in handy for this. And now I'm adding those little glitter berries to the wreath. This wreath is really pretty. I pulled out a die that I have. It's my favorite bow die for a tiny die. It's by Stampin' Up, and it's Birthday is the name of the stamp set. I actually keep this off to my desk side because I use this die so much. So there is a certain way you want to put those on. You want the points to go at the top. And I'm just kind of holding a magnet to hold that entire piece down so it doesn't move around on me. I was trying to figure out where I wanted this, but I really wanted the Mary to go on the front of the card. And they do give you these trees as die cuts. They give you a couple, 3 to be exact. The largest one is meant to go right at that seam, so it kind of hides the seam. I put it through my scoreboard and gave it a score, so when it folded nicer, and I thought that worked out well. And then as you can see on the left there, there's a smaller tree. So I'm just using both, or I think I used 3 different colors: pistachio, avocado, and artichoke. They also have those round windows. I don't believe I ended up using any of them. I really liked them, but I really like the rectangle windows better. So here's where I was like, I don't think I like that nectar. So I pulled out some other colors. I really like that green on the navy. Actually, that blue is midnight. And then for that one, I pulled out, I believe it was artichoke is what I ended up going with. And look at these little, those are berries for the wreath. I cut them out from the champagne foil, so that die comes with the set. It's meant for the berries, but I used it with the gold foil for doorknobs. Here's this little hanging sign that says Noel. Also, having a fine tip glue bottle makes a huge difference. So when I wasn't sure, I was just kind of setting things on there until I decided. And then when I was sure of something, I went ahead and glued it down. Adding a window to the top as well. That kind of covers those end pieces of your Christmas lights. And they come with these little snow pieces on the windows and for the top of the doors. So cute. And I was really happy with that. I love the glitter of the doors, the framing, the glitter framing. And again, keeping it, I didn't want to introduce more colors, so I kept it to the gold foil for the little lights. I'll adhere my windows down and then add the little snow caps. So for the tree, I believe at this stage I glued the left-hand side down, but I did not glue the right-hand side because I wanted to fold the card before I glued it down, which I think I show here on camera. And I'm just using a paperweight to hold things in place while they dry, either that or a magnet, just depending on what I'm gluing down. Again, I was kind of moving the doors around, trying to decide if I wanted to do something different. But in the end, I like that they were all similar, with the windows on the side and the door in the middle. I love this fa la la. I can look it up if you're interested. I believe it's a Stampin' Up die. I just kind of have it mix match with other die sentiment dies in my Christmas stash. Went ahead and scored the other 2 trees. And you can layer these trees. You can add, details to the trees. I did add some stamping to the small tree on the left. Here I'm adding the little leaves that they have, and they have larger berries. I chose to add smaller. As you can see, there's one of the larger. I thought 3 smaller looked better. So I'm using my wax tip pickup tool and gluing those down in place, alternating the colors. So this card was made specifically, my nephew had asked me to make a card for him to give to his mother for Christmas because she is moving and he wants to spoil her a little bit and buy her a living room furniture set. So I was trying to figure out, we thought a house card would be perfect, and I had this die set that I've been wanting to use because, like I said, she is moving. So the house die set is perfect, but I was trying to figure out what I could do to the card so it would relay that he wants to purchase a living room set for her. So I pull out an Altenew die. I think it's called, the Altenew die is Cozy Spaces. I do this off camera. I'm just explaining it now because I only just show you quickly. I just mostly wanted to show this card. So here is the finished card. I love the gold glitter, the red, the lakefront. This turned out so cute. And I did make a thick envelope for it so it fits perfectly. And look how cute that turned out. The little details. As I mentioned, I covered the back with the matching cardstock just to finish off the back so you didn't see those tabs and then you didn't see where I pulled it apart. I put a little star on that tree. I used the little gold and I love that bow. That's my favorite bow. You'll see me use that a lot. The Mary I thought was super pretty. I love the snow on top of the door frames and the windows. This is definitely going to be a die I use every Christmas. Here's the red house. I love that fa la la with the red bow on the door. The gold to me just is perfect. And then I love this snowflake so much and I added some more Christmas lights with just red. And here's the back. This is what my decision was. This spot is left open for him to write his sentiment to his mom. I just cut another house die out, cut the tab off, and cut it down slightly. So I'm grabbing it here to show you. And I left it off the card. However, I did put some tape on it all ready to go. So I cut it out, cut the tab off, and I did that with the green, the red, the blue, and that's how you finish the back of the card off nicely, and it turned out beautifully. It hides all those seams. Here's the Altenew Cozy Spaces. I put those little chairs together, the lamp. I stamped on that plant, and then I also used another Altenew die for the little table with the vase on top. I added a little heart to it. I also added the little pillows to the chairs and stamped out the Happy Holidays. That's from the same Altenew stamp set. This was one of their Craft Your Life, I believe, Cozy Spaces. So it comes with that stamp set and then the keyhole die system for the chairs. Again, I did that off screen and I did stamp that plant out. It turned out so pretty. And the navy part is where he'll write his sentiments so he can fill out the card to his mom. But look how cute that looks. The whole scene didn't fit on one of the cards. That's why I put the chair over to the left. And then I wanted to use this light, so I added another different style chair. For the Happy Holidays, I just used some Versamark ink. And then I used a light gray. Like I had mentioned, I used the die and then cut it down even more. Left it off because it is bulky on the other side of it. So I left it off for him to fill out his sentiment to his mom, and then he can take the release paper off and glue it on. Again, I was so happy with how this turned out, and I know my sister-in-law, she's going to find this very special. I made a thicker envelope, added one of those gold glittered snowflakes. I used that beautiful green and stamped fa la la on the front. So I hope you've enjoyed this flip through. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the description box. And I hope you consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.